2, 1. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another segment of the barbecue. Today we're doing a Thursday night recap of the Chiefs-Lions game. What a game. Me and DP both called it. I hope you're listening. I hope you got your bag. We told you Lions money line last night was golden, and it was. No Travis Kelce, no Chris Jones. They lost most of their receiving core from last year with Harmon and Juju being gone now. So I'm actually not surprised that the Lions won this game at all. What about you, DP?
No, me either. I mean, it was a tight, close game, low scoring than I thought it would be. But considering it's week one, offenses aren't going to be in full force coming out week one most of the time. So, and then obviously Kansas City not having Kelce, that hurt their offense. And then not having Chris Jones hurt their defense. So they were struggling a little bit on both sides of the ball. As we saw, Kansas City had some crucial drops at some critical moments in the game. So you'd like to think in those moments they'd be going more towards a guy like Kelce instead of some of those other guys. But, congrats to the Lions, man.
I mean, I love Dan Campbell. I already said, whenever I saw this matchup come out, I was like, the Chiefs are in trouble. I knew that Dan Campbell was going to have this team ready to go. This team's so hungry. If you watch that Hard Knocks last year, they are so tired of being the Detroit Lions that suck every year. They just want that. Dan Campbell wants to turn that narrative around so bad, and I really think that this is the year. I love their team. Amon-Ra St. Brown is an absolute stud. David Montgomery was running the ball so well last night. Gibbs was running the ball amazing. Seems like he's going to be a great pick. They're going to have a great 1-2 punch again this year, even though they lost Swift and Jamal Williams. It looks like they just reamped that back. And the defense actually looked pretty damn good as well. They might have a steal by with that the Alabama duo here with Jahmyr Gibbs and Brandon Branch in first and second round.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was just talking about the Lions defense. I thought Aiden Hutchinson played really well. Nobody on the defense recorded a sack, but that guy was just giving relentless effort the whole game, and he was kind of that left tackle for Kansas City. I don't know if you saw it, but he was like false starting every play.
Oh, he had like 3 holdings too.
But I don't know how they didn't call it, because he was jumping back like a half second every time before the ball was snapped, and I was sitting in my bedroom just going crazy watching this. I was like, how are they not, even the commentators were talking about it, and they didn't call it till 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which at that point it's whatever. But all things considered, I thought the defense played really well. CJ Gardner-Johnson had a pretty good game. Brian Branch, the rookie, had a 50-yard pick six in his first game, so shout out to him, and that was a big turning point in that game.
That was huge. To be fair, though, Kadarius Toney, you got to catch that ball, man. It hit you right in the hands, man. That was a huge turning point for the Lions. That gave them so much momentum. That was just a terrible drop. Terrible drop.
Yeah. Can't drop a ball that's right here.
Exactly. Patrick Mahomes couldn't have thrown it any better. And it bounced right off his hands, right? And Brian Branch, had a nice little one hand to get it and then run, but it was that was the turning point of the game for sure.
Definitely, because Detroit's offense was kind of stalling out up to that point.
It was 14-7 right there, and they were driving. It could have easily been at least 17 to 7, maybe 21-7 after that possession.
Yep. Turnovers, man, they'll kill you.
But to also be fair, at the beginning of the game, the Lions, whenever they scored that first touchdown with Amon-Ra, the second possession, they're about to go up 14-0 on the first 3 possessions if Josh Reynolds didn't fumble the ball.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a big turning point, because the Lions could have got up 14-0 and silenced that crowd quickly. I all in all, man, I mean, I loved what I saw from the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue. I mean, everyone's saying that to put an asterisk by that game because they didn't have Kelsey and Chris Jones, but it's like, who cares, man? It's next man up.
It's part of football. You gotta have the next person ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it sucks you don't have two of your stars, but maybe you should have paid the man. Maybe you shouldn't have let Juju walk. Maybe you shouldn't have let Harmon walk and trust these young guys. Maybe you should have signed Hopkins. Hopkins wanted to be there. Imagine if Hopkins was there. These guys, he would have had like 12 catches this game if Hopkins was on the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, probably would have won for like $150.
Shoot, man, no, 12 is an understatement. He might have had like 21. He might have broke the record that Brandon Marshall had. From the Broncos. I mean, I felt bad for Mahomes. There's so many drop passes. I think there's 4 or 5 drop passes in the game, but there was more that should have been caught that was not as well. That was not labeled a drop, but I just felt bad, man. None of these receivers really looked like they knew where they were going. They looked like there was no chemistry at all for them, and it shows. I mean, Patrick Mahomes had 45 rushing yards. He led the team in rushing because he was running around all day. So it just shows that I don't think they're really prepared.
No, I think they were kind of banking on having Kelsey week 1, and then he kind of just got hurt out of nowhere. So that threw them for a loop. Their whole game plan probably got thrown for a loop after that. But, that's the game, man. People get hurt. You got to just it's about how you respond to it.
Yeah, and I mean, Goff has low-key been looking good over there in Detroit. I mean, it seemed like it was a pretty even trade for both sides. It looked like he needed a little fresh start, and Stafford definitely needed a fresh start whenever he went over there. They got more results right away for the LA. But I think that this trade was pretty even for both sides.
Yeah, my boy Jared Goff's out there slinging it.
He's slinging it. Like, they got younger, which is what they wanted, and the Rams wanted to win that right then and there, in which they won that Super Bowl right then and there. So yeah, I mean, it seems like it was a win-win situation. We'll have to see how Stafford does this year, but all in all, Lions tough team this year. I bet you though that the Chiefs bounce back, they'll win probably the next 8 in a row.
Yeah, probably, like they always do. Kelsey will probably be back next week, so.
Yeah, this was a big wake-up call for him, but I'm excited to see what the rest of the season has in store for us.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to add?
No. Who do the Lions got next week, do you know?
I don't remember. I didn't look at it.
Probably a division team.
Yeah, but yeah. Let us know in the comments what you think of the game. What was the turning points? And yeah, we got some the rest of the week action coming for you soon.